see if we can sneak one by her. She doesn't know it's recording, so we'll see.
No, ours is until the 15th of February.
15?
The 15th of February. Next week is Roy's.
Gotcha.
What?
We're recording.
Oh. He got me back. Didn't get a chance to fix my hair or
See?
anything.
Told you.
I know.
I'd get you.
See, if I was a nice mother, I would have went outside and got his pop, but I knew he was going to be mean to me.
Oh, you knew she wasn't getting my pop when she texted me, can you get the mail so I don't have to go outside?
It's snowing out. It's icy and slippery because my mail is way down by the street.
Ooh, a whole 30 feet.
Yeah, I think it's 45.
It is not 45. My driveway's 100. You know how long that is.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, enough of the babbling, James. Today is Monday, January 24th, and no, it's not. Well, it is. It really is Monday.
No, well, I
January
got to
24th.
take the wink back.
Take your wink back. Today is Tuesday,
Now I can
January
wink.
25th. Today's Mary's birthday.
Whose?
Mary's.
But that was tomorrow.
Tomorrow, the 25th. Yeah, today, Tuesday.
Oh, yes. See, it
Tuesday.
is her birthday today. Happy birthday, Mary.
She gets two birthdays because we celebrate the 25th
That's
and the
right.
28th.
And the date she was really born.
She was really born on the 25th, but my mother always celebrated on the 28th until she started school and found out that her birthday really was the 25th.
Yep.
What a mom. Mary is the fifth child. Kind of,
Just
went right over her head. But anyway, Joan at Joan's Pointed Plate was in charge of the questions this week, but Doug came up with the questions.
Ooh.
So this is a no tag Tuesday because we're not tagging anybody anymore. But in the description box down below, I'll have the questions. If you want to do the tag, let us know. And anyway, my cupboards are. It looks like the thing is divided in half.
What?
Where my cupboards are right there.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like we're two different films.
Well, you got fancy. You angled the table.
Well, I had to angle the table to make the room look a little bigger. Because I put the new cabinet in that Jimmy hung the doors on.
And then I had to come in and fix a blind.
Yeah, well, that's why we have them around. But anyway, in the description box below will be the questions and also a list of the people that normally do it. If they have a chance to get to it, they will, and if not, but the usual people always do it. So anyway, these are called a random question tag.
Random.
Number 1, if you could visit anywhere in the USA, where would it be?
I've always wanted to go to Montana, so I'll still say Montana.
That's where your dad would. Your dad always wanted to live in Arizona, but now he thinks he
Right.
wants to live in Montana, the big sky.
Yeah.
It is. It is. He said he can't even describe it, but it is big sky.
Oh, I know. That's all I've heard. That's all
Yeah,
I've
I've
wanted.
never been there. I've never been. Obviously, I've never been there. I would like to go back to Hawaii.
I don't think I've
loved
ever
it.
been west of Chicago.
Oh wow, I've been farther than that.
Nope.
I've been to Hawaii.
Ooh.
I loved it in Hawaii, although it's very. When we went for our 25th anniversary. Jim's mother and father paid for it, all expenses paid. The only thing we had to pay for were the excursions and our food that wasn't included in the
Right.
the package. But it was expensive. It was so expensive. We
Oh,
went
yeah,
up
because everything is shipped
shipped
over
in.
there.
Yeah, it was, but it was beautiful. It was really beautiful. The only island I had a problem with was. I forget the island's name. The one that has all the volcanoes. I had a hard time breathing on that
Not Maui.
on that island. I don't think it was Maui because we went to Maui. We went to the bars at Maui. We had fun in Maui, and then Kauai was beautiful. But
You were younger than me then.
yes, I was. I was 45. I was 45 years old.
How does that make you feel?
Boy, you're really old. You're really, really, really old. But
Good to be 50.
and then when we were going there, although we couldn't complain too much because Jim's parents paid for the
Right.
tickets. His parents were in first class. We were like in the back part, and we were like this close. The seats were so small, and we were just sitting there. And then the pilot came on, and he said, "It'll be a couple minutes before we get clearance to go." And then somebody was looking out the window, and they go, "Look at what's going on!" And there was all these police officers and dogs and everything all scooting all around the plane, going through our luggage, and so everybody's like, "Oh, looking at that." And then the police officers came on, or the customs agents, or wherever they were,
Right.
came on with the dogs, and the dog ran right up to this one guy and jumped right up on him and started barking. Well, he was the drug connection because I guess he had drugs in his thing, in his luggage, and he was meeting a connection in Los Angeles. So he had the police or custom agents fly with him to meet his connection at the other end. So when we got to the other end where we were supposed to get off,
Guess he got off first.
he got off first. Nobody could get off. We weren't allowed to get off. We had to stay on the plane because we were only connecting to go to.
Oh, yeah.
We were taking the same plane, but we were landing to pick up more people.
That's when Christy was freaking out.
Yes,
You weren't
because-
calling. She kept, call mom.
Yeah,
like,
because-
she's fine, Christy. It's fine.
And that was just when cell phones, because your dad had a cell phone
Yeah.
at that point. It
That's
was
why
just-
she kept it, because
yeah.
I had the Nextel,
Yeah.
and we still had the house phone, but
Right, but then
call her. I keep calling, and I'm like, Christy, they're fine. They're probably in the air.
Yeah, and we couldn't answer it. So then Jim went up to the stewardess and he said, "You don't understand. I have to call home or my daughter's going to have a heart attack." So they let him go off into the little jetaway and call Christy. And he had to be real quick. But
Right.
So that was a long flight because it was like, I think it was 5.5 hours to
Los Angeles.
Los
or
Angeles.
wherever
And
it
then I think it was like another 3 or 4 hours to Hawaii. It was a long flight. That's a long-winded answer for that one. Stop talking so much. Jeez, oh, Pete. Number 2, if you could visit anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Oh, there's so many.
Mine would be Ireland. I'd love to go to Ireland and look at my family. Knock on the door.
I'd say
We're from Carmichael.
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 I would say I always mess it up. Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu?
Machu Picchu.
Oh, that's in Peru.
Yes, that's where I would like to see.
Dale went there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that does look pretty cool. But I don't want to. That's too much walking.
No, see, when you're young, like this guy,
You're not young.
you can walk all you want.
Yeah, I guess. But I would want to go to Ireland. Our Irish name was Fanion, Fanion, and then when my grandparents came over, they changed it to Mannion. No, they changed it to Manning, Manning. I think somewhere between Ireland and the United States, it went from Fanion to Mannion to Manning.
Ah,
But Manning is what it ended up being. Number 3, who do you think is the world's most influential person?
the world's most
Influential person.
Elon Musk.
He's like obsessed with him.
I am. It's a man crush.
I guess so.
I mean, not to like toot his horn, like he doesn't need it. Just a regular guy. Not a regular guy. He's
I
an
know.
alien, but regular guy. I mean, hey, you can't like build a rocket and go into space. Hold my beer. Did that. Everything they tell him he can't do, he's like done.
I guess. Who's the world's most influential person? Well, I think it's the Pope myself. But I think as far as not a
When was the
politician,
last time you even heard from the Pope?
the Pope talks all the time.
When's the last time you heard? What's the last thing he said?
Like that, I couldn't tell you.
He's not that influential.
Well, I couldn't even tell you the last thing Elon Musk said. So I mean, that doesn't put anything to that.
I can.
Oh,
So-
well, you're obsessed with him. That's why.
I don't know the last thing, but somebody. Oh no! See, it slipped my mind now. Somebody wrote a tweet about him, like a celebrity,
Yeah.
like something mean, and I can't remember what he said back, but he like jammed her. Man, it was comical.
I think that other than the Pope, I think that like Bill Gates.
Oh, don't get me going on Bill Gates.
Yeah, I think Bill Gates.
No.
Number 5, how often do you listen to music? Well, I had to dub over your whole thing because it wouldn't take that. And then they wanted to know what the greatest band in the world was.
So you told him?
Metallica.
No, it was the Doors.
Oh, the Doors. I told her Metallica because I kept thinking that was what it was. Yeah, the Doors. Tell them the Doors story.
Which one? Oh, yes. So their anniversary is on.
July 2nd.
See, I almost said July 3rd. It's July 2nd. And because July 3rd is when everyone found out, obviously.
Yes.
So hers is on July 2nd. So every year I call her and I say, hey, do you know what happened?
And I go, yeah, I got married.
This many years ago
I got
today?
married.
And she's like, yeah, I got married. I'm like, no, Jim Morrison died.
On my wedding day.
On her wedding day.
So Jimmy will always know when his idol.
Can't forget it.
No. I always thought it was Metallica. You listened to a lot of Metallica growing
I
up.
listened to Metallica and
But
the
that
Doors.
wasn't the
They're
Doors
equal.
playing when I was filming.
Yeah, it was.
Didn't sound like them.
Yeah, that was their last album.
Oh.
That was
Anyway,
in 1970.
I put the whole video up, and then at the end it told me it was copyright infringement, so I had to take the video down, re-edit it. It was like a whole bunch.
That's all. So to answer the question, if I'm working, there's music.
I have music on all the time.
When I get in the car, for some reason, over the past 2 years, I don't. I just turn the radio off and drive. I don't listen to the radio.
Oh no, you gotta have the radio on in the car.
That's my thing. Well, I don't know if it's just because I've been doing it with the house and everything,
Yeah.
and like everything is go go go. That's my only,
Quiet time. I have like soundtracks on my phone. I have like Tommy and Phantom of the Opera, Jesus Christ Superstar.
I was about to say Jesus Christ Superstar.
I got all of them soundtracks on my phone, so I listen to them. And I don't ever hear the whole track.
Do you have cats?
No, I don't have cats. And I've never seen the play. I love going to a play.
What?
No, I've never seen the play Cats. Never. No.
You would have to go with the original. Because even though I loved the gift you gave me because I went to see him twice.
Yeah.
The first time I went, that was the original cast. The one ticket you got me was like just new people.
Right.
Not the same.
No.
Got to be
But
the
we
original.
went to see Phantom of the Opera, and I went with my sister Mary, and we had bought our tickets, and we sat down, and then Mary had to go to the bathroom, and she left to go to the bathroom. But she forgot to bring her tickets. And so when she was coming back, I could see that they wouldn't let her in. So I had to go over to show them that she had the tickets. But when we came back, somebody else was sitting in our seats. And so we said, those are our seats. We paid $100 for those tickets. I mean, $100 each for those tickets. And this was back in the 90s.
Right.
So that was a lot of money. And so they said, no, these are our seats. And so the usher came over and said, is there a problem? And I go, yeah, they're sitting in my seat and they won't get up. And then the people say, no, this is our seat. So they brought out their tickets, and they had the exact same tickets for the same seats, the same night, the same time. Everything was exactly like a duplicate ticket. Like I printed off my ticket and gave them a print off of it. So the usher pulled us to the side to try to get it decided, and does not a third couple come and slide into those seats. And now the play is starting. And so the play starts, and they tell us we have to leave because we can't see the play because those aren't our seats. And so we all left, and we got into the lobby. They said we could stand in the back. I go, I paid for a seat. I'm sitting down. So I started arguing with the usher, saying I want to see somebody that's in charge. And so the other couple, the man was getting all upset, and she says, we're just going to go home. We'll just go to the ticket master and get our refund. And so my sister said, stay with my sister because she's going to get us seats.
Right.
And we're gonna sit, and they're gonna reimburse you for your ticket, and they're also gonna pay for your parking. Well, I couldn't leave anyhow, even if I wanted to, because the parking lot I went into was one of those where you park right in front of everybody and pack you in, and you can't leave till everybody leaves. So I was going to be there for the whole duration of the play anyhow.
Right.
So I forcefully but nicely got my way, and so they pulled the people out, like the seat holders that are actually people that work there, but if there's extra seats, they let them sit there. We were in the third row of the thing. I got my money back in the third row. We could read the names on the headstones. It was perfect.
Did the other people get up there?
No, because they left. They wouldn't do anything. They just left.
Hey, their loss.
And the other seats we had were up high. I mean, they
Right.
were like really high, because the really good seats were like 250.
Yes.
I paid the 100, and I thought that was ridiculous as it was. And then when we were leaving, my sister saw the couple standing by the door because they were blocked in too. They didn't realize that. And so my sister went up and said, well, did you get your refund? And he said, no, they wouldn't give me my refund. They told me I had to stand in the back and watch the play. So we stood in the back and watched the play. And so I walked by with my money. I got all my money back. So I bought more tickets, and I brought my boss, Ron. We went and saw it a month later.
I went and seen it in Toronto.
Ooh, that's where I really wanted to see it,
At the Pantages Theater.
That's where I wanted to go.
And then because it was, what is it? I always screw it up. The nighttime is a matinee?
No, the morning is the matinee. The afternoon is the matinee.
What's the night?
It's just the performance, I guess.
Well, okay, so obviously you wear a suit or something nice there. So pack my suit up and all that, get to Toronto, forgot the suit. Didn't realize I didn't have the suit until that got out of the shower, where's my suit? Everybody's dressed up, and here's Jim and a pair of dressy khaki shorts and a Red Wing polo. Like, hey. And so I come out at the intermission to go to the bar to get something to drink. Every guy there at the bar was like, man, you are so lucky. How'd you get that by your wife? We all had to dress up and you're in shorts and relaxed. Because I was like, felt out of place a little bit, the whole time. After that, I was walking around like, fellas, what's up?
Oh, anyway.
That was a long answer.
Yep. Number 6. Have you ever been in an accident and was it your fault?
Yes and yes.
Yes, I've been in more than one accident, and not all of them were my fault. The one where when I was pregnant with you, the guy ran the stop sign and hit me. Obviously, he came out somewhat okay, other than his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
But that had nothing to do with it. I wish I could find a baby picture of you with your cross eye.
I'm glad you can.
Because when my kids left home, I gave them all their baby pictures. Because I kept albums and stuff and their progress things and things like that. And I gave them all of their things because Jimmy's...
It was bad.
It was bad. Jimmy had like 6 or 7 operations to correct it. And then look at your eye. Show him your eye. It's really not corrected. It's really not. It's better than it was.
It's way better than it was.
And then my favorite picture is because he was born on the
pumpkin.
6th of October.
I can't stand that. It's only because it was you, and you took that picture. I told Samantha, I go, you know how many times I've wanted to just burn this picture, and I can't.
I held him in the pumpkin, inside the pumpkin, and then he's like all cross-eyed.
It's like bad. That's like the worst picture ever.
Jim, you got to share that picture.
I'm not sharing that picture.
It was really cute. But I've probably been in couple accidents, and only 1 or 2 of them were my fault.
I've been in 1, and the only one so I was in a hurry going to pick up Steve, and I went into the turn lane, and for some reason I looked up, seen it was clear, started to turn. As I was something distracted me, and I was looking, and slammed in the back of a car, like the back end of the car. Spun them, like nothing happened to my truck. Everyone was fine. But we got over to the side, and the lady's just frantic, like, we're never going to make it. We're never going to make it. And I'm like, well, where are you trying to go? And it was at 9 Mile and Harper.
Okay.
And it goes England Street and then Ridgeway, whatever it was. And I go, where are you trying to go? And she goes, well, England. And I go, well, you're not going to be late. You can walk. England is
1 block away.
1 block away. And she goes, no, our plane. We're going to London, England. And I'm like, oh, crap. I feel like an idiot. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I've had a couple we lost Tibby.
Oh. His head went into the road.
Yeah, he was decapitated.
And then Mary tried sewing it back on.
It was a bear. Tibby was a bear. He looked like the Downy bear. But, yeah, no, that was Jimmy's bear. You still kept him. You still carried him around.
I did, but his head was all,
all wonky. Number 7, have you ever been admitted to a hospital?
Yes.
Yes, I have. I had my gallbladder out. I had knee surgery.
I had something wrong with my feet. I can't remember what. Remember that when I came over here that one day and I couldn't walk.
Oh, yeah.
And then you made me go, you gotta go. I don't care. And then Dad took me.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay. I started work at 6 this morning. It's 9 o'clock at night. Dad, I'm hungry. I don't care. Go to the vending machine and get me something to eat. I don't care. And he's like, oh, Dad, I'll be right back. As soon as he left, I'm like, I don't know why Mom didn't come. This is not going to turn out good. This is Dad. This is just how dads are. So he comes back up, like, give me a Pepsi and just a sandwich out of the machine. He comes up, I didn't have Pepsi, so here's a Coke. And I'm like, oh, great. And he goes, I had no candy or nothing, so this is it. And I'm like, so he goes, well, I'm leaving. And I'm like, all right, see you later. So he left, and the nurse came in, and she goes, can I get you anything? I'm like, I know the cafeteria is closed and everything, but I'm starving. I haven't ate since 6. And she goes, oh, why didn't you say so? And she goes, I'll be right back. She came back and she goes, it's not much. It's a cheese sandwich, which is my worst sandwich. I cannot stand just a cheese sandwich on bread.
I like a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah, but just a regular cheese, like slap it on the bread. She's like, I have this and an apple. And I go, well, where'd you get that? She goes, well, it's my lunch. And I go, well, I don't want to take your lunch. That's your. She goes, oh, no, you're fine. Just take it. Just take it. So I'm choke this cheese sandwich down.
Number 8, what would you do if you did not need to work?
Golf. A lot.
See, I don't work. I'm retired. So that's kind of hard for me, but I don't need to work. But if
Maybe
I
she'd
went,
go out for the mail.
I could be a mail lady. I would switch it around. What would I do if I needed to go to work? And I'd like being a cashier. Like even now, with the people being so crappy, I still would like. I'd like working with the public. You get your crappy customers, but for the most part, I found when I worked with the public that you just have to know how to deal with them.
Yeah.
And a lot of them just didn't understand my snide remarks back. They were just so rude that they didn't realize I was being rude back. So, and I'm only rude to people that are rude to me.
True.
Number 9, what website do you visit the most? YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
And number 10, what is your most used social media? YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't do Instagram. I don't do TikTok.
I don't do Instagram, TikTok, Twitter,
Twitter.
Facebook. I'll do if
I'll
I
read-
get bored, I'll read something like
I
a
do
couple
Facebook.
things. But
I know that if I see something funny on Facebook, I just screenshot it and send it to him because I know he's not going to see it because he doesn't go on
Yeah.
Facebook that often.
Right.
I have a channel, a Facebook channel, but I just mostly repost things.
Right.
But
I'm just a stalker.
yeah, he's just a stalker. So that's going to be it. 21 minutes, Jim.
Hey, not to 25.
That's true. But anyway.
But hey, wait, what? I always forget her name. Who's the one that?
Tracy, a Trials of a Long Hair Girl, started them.
No, that watches us while she has breakfast.
Oh, Janice.
Janice. See, it's 22 minutes.
There you go. Her and her cat.
Her and her cat.
They
There you
watch
go.
us. So next week is Roy's turn over at Recipes with Roy.
Ooh.
So you need to throw a quicker one in there for Jim, like a one that he's going to really have to think, Roy.
Yeah, make me think.
Make him think, because he's going to make you think, because our tag is the 15th. So Jimmy's coming up with the questions on the 15th. Be afraid.
Be very afraid.
So if you're new to our channel,
Comment,
like,
subscribe,
and share. And then check out the people down below and go over and check out their channels.